When you have 9 living things in one small space, we had to use every single square inch. Hi, I'm Jen. This is Kyle, Ben, Molly, and Eli. We're nomads, inspiring you to live a life that you love. Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Kyle.
And we have been living in our converted bus for almost 3 years now. And last year, this guy came up with the idea that he wanted to have a VANcation home. Our bus is off-grid capable, it's amazing, but it can't fit into a lot of places. So he wanted something that could. This is our driver's area. When you first walk in, this is going to be to your right. And we have 2 chairs. We actually put swivels on both of them. We usually don't turn this chair around. There's not a lot of leg clearance here, so we kind of keep it stationary. But this one is pivotal to have in the van because we can have someone sit down here, and then we can also have 3 kids and one of us sit over on the couch. So it works out really, really well.
We visit so many awesome places, and I was always like, well, man, I wish we could get there. I wish we could go there. I wish we could stay there. And with the bus, it's just really not practical or possible. I come up with an idea that we could fit all 9 of us in a camper van. So this past spring, we bought us a van, and we, with some good friends of ours, Jed and Sandy at Wonderful Revolution, we converted it into what it is today in about 5.5 short weeks.
Yeah. When you have 9 living things in one small space, we had to use every single square inch. Our kitchen cabinets, we custom made those, and so they're a little bit taller only because we had to hide some stuff underneath it for plumbing and configuration. But overall, they work out pretty well being this high. Over here on the backsplash, we have our dump valve, we have our water pump, we also have our dimmer switch, turn the lights on, and a 120 plug as well. We use 3/4 inch birch for our countertops because it was just easier than doing a butcher block. It doesn't weigh as much. And being on a time crunch, it was so much easier just to go with the birch plywood rather than doing a butcher block or a different solid surface. I love our kitchen sink. We found the perfect gold kitchen sink that holds just the right amount of dishes. The sink turned out really, really well, easy to just drop in. We also found the perfect matching gold faucet. It all came together really, really nicely. Yeah, it was quite the process. It was exhausting. We have an entire van series on it, so I'll link that here. It was cool. It was so cool to build it with our friends, and we were able to get it done in record time, I feel like.
Yeah.
In addition to being a VANcation home, we're planning on utilizing this space as additional living space. The kids are gonna bring their friends in it. I'm gonna be in here doing work, just a space that we can kind of get away, Under here, we have our kitchen cabinet that houses our trash can. It has our plumbing in there. We keep our cleaning supplies. Right now, we're not vancationing, so all of our stuff is kind of moved out, and it looks nice and open and clean. Our backsplash is just a peel and stick backsplash. We used adhesive behind it because the peel and stick seemed kind of flimsy, but it ended up turning out really, really well, and we used the same thing in the bathroom, which you'll see in a minute. There's a lot of functions to it just besides going on 1- and 2-week camping trips.
One of the things I think we both got from it, this is also our daily driver. This is our vehicle. We go get groceries in, we do everything. We venture in it. So that had to be factored into. So obviously we had to be able to seat everybody legally and safely. We had to have space to be able to, like I say, load groceries or load whatever it is we needed to do. So we kind of had that in mind, the back of our mind the whole time as we were designing and building it.
And the kids' seat belts are actually right behind these pillows. We just tuck them back. Each of them have a seat belt. Everybody is strapped in the van. That was another reason to consider building it ourselves because we needed such specific things, I feel like.
One of the next things we did, and it took us a little while to figure this out because we have bought manufactured composting toilets before and they just didn't really work for us. But we knew we needed a toilet in the van of some sort, so we ended up building our own composting toilet of sorts. We have a 15-gallon tank below, which just houses our urine. It's diverted up top at the toilet and runs down to 15-gallon tank. It lasts us a couple weeks. It's really, really nice. We basically built a toilet around a bucket. We have a bucket system with a trash bag, and we kind of just built the toilet around that. We installed a high-powered 12-volt computer fan in the bottom, drilled a hole in the bottom of the van, and it gives it good ventilation. There's absolutely no odor at all. It worked out surprisingly well. I think we could all say it's pretty nice for what we have.
Storage was a must, and I kind of wanted to bring a lot of natural wood in here. So that's why the upper cabinets are wood, and then they have a nice pink stripe to match the base of the cabinet. But we have plenty of room in here, tons of space to put all of our dry goods, our coffee. We do have to go grocery shopping probably every 1 to 3 days in the van, depending on if we forgot ingredients or not. With a family of 5, we eat a lot. And so we knew the majority of this space under here would be for refrigerators. So we got 2 12-volt fridges and we hardwired them right into the 12-volt wiring. And so far, they've worked pretty well and they're really spacious. Our couch is where our son Ben sleeps. We let him pick which one that he wanted out of all the bunks because he's the oldest. We let him pick first. And he picked the couch. It gives him just enough privacy to kind of lay down, relax, watch TV. Ended up being a great length. Under our couch houses our extra storage. We do have a nice storage compartment. Right now it's housing our shades for each of the windows and some leftover fabric that we had for upholstery. It also houses our electrical cabinet, and I'm gonna have Kyle tell you all about that.
As Jen was saying, we do house pretty much all of our electrical system under the couch. We have all Victron components. We have a Victron 3000 watt inverter. Huge shout out to BigBattery.com with supplying us with 2 lithium batteries. Victron charge controller and all that stuff really works out well. It's a good system, perfect for what we're trying to do. Keep all our 12-volt running. Main thing is keeping our small 2 refrigerators going all times to keep our food nice and cool. Being able to fit a family of 5 in a 170 Sprinter van was a challenge. I mean, it really was. And I had an initial design laid out basically from day one. And once we got into the building process, that changed rather quick, especially the bunk system. We were actually going to try to build all of the bed for the children to sleep up here in this area we're sitting in. But along with our friends, we kind of refigured it and just really couldn't figure out a good way to do it, I guess. So we ended up coming up with what we did, with the beds being, you know, pretty much all in the back and then one kid up here. Yeah, that was one of those decisions, you know, we really had to put a lot of thought into. You know, one, you want the kids comfortable, you want them safe. And I think we pulled it off. It's definitely tight and it's cozy.
It is cozy.
But we all fit, believe it or not. We just, you know, it works.
You have to understand, this isn't for living full-time in. This is really like, say you live in a stick and bricks house and you have an RV that you take out camping. Well, that's essentially what this is, you know? It's our VANcation Home. Honestly, we spent the summer in it. We learned a lot. Our next trip is gonna be a little different.
Not a whole summer.
Not a whole summer, but it was amazing. It really was, looking back at all the memories that we got to make with the kids, and I'm looking forward to making even more. Kyle and I ended up putting in a double bed. It actually really worked well for us. We were both able to fit on it and be comfortable every single night. Molly's bunk was up above us, and she really loved her cozy little space up top. Eli fit great in the back. This was the perfect bunk size just for him. And then down below, we have our storage for our clothes for about 1 to 2 week camping trips. We had plenty of storage in there. Welcome to our garage area. This area houses our dog kennel for our 4 dogs. They don't stay in it all the time, but if we do go in somewhere, a couple of them do stay in the kennel because they like to be a little mischievous. But this dog kennel is massive. But the main reason why we built it so large, not to keep them in it, but so they had a dedicated space. There's a door on the other side that leads into the van, and so the dogs can come and go as they please. And while we're just lounging around, they actually come into their kennel and just lay down with the doors open, just because it gives them a dedicated space to stay in. On the side opposite the dog kennel, we have our Pioneer RV underbench unit AC, and we also house our portable generator. We've got our electrical cords, water hoses. All of that stays in this side, and the whole garage space is actually the same length as the bed. So there is a ton of room under here. The only issue is having to pack and unpack. You have to learn what you want to put in the back and what you want to put in the front. What are you going to use most? Overall, still plenty of space for just taking camping trips.
One of the things about our van build, it would not have been possible without a few of our sponsors who pretty much enabled us to be able to do this. Starting with Havelock Wool. You don't know who Havelock Wool is? They're a farm, and they actually produce wool and process it into insulation. So it worked great. The kids, if you watch the build series, you'll be able to see us installing it. It's eco-friendly, it's safe, it's non-toxic, so anybody can do it. So huge thank you to Havelock Wool. Another one is Pioneer. We knew we wanted AC because there's always going to be those situations where you're going to be hot or it's going to be warm. So we went with Pioneer. We connected with them and partnered with them. They were absolutely amazing to work with for the underbench RV unit that we keep in the garage. So huge thank you to Pioneer for supplying that for us.
Big thank you to keeping us getting solar coming in. New Power came through with 3. How many watt panels?
190 watt.
190 watt panels. They are monocrystalline. They work great. They connected amazing. Like, awesome. Shout out to New Power.
And last but certainly not least, bigbattery.com. We have used them in the past. I actually have a very large battery bank in the bus that I've used for them for a couple of years now. Super pleased with them. If you have any questions about any of their products or anything, please let me know. I definitely wouldn't mind helping. Bigbattery.com, thank you for coming through for us, hooking us up with a couple lithium batteries to keep this van energized.
This bus. Both. If you liked what you see, please like and consider subscribing to our channel. We spend our life inspiring you to live a life that you love. That is our mission, and we have a lot of cool things that go on around here, and we'd love to have you with us.
Again, if you haven't seen the build series and you're interested, would it be in a playlist? We'd love to have you check it out. Kind of gives a little bit of an inside glimpse of what it took and what we did to build this van in 5.5 weeks. Like she said, thank you so much for watching the video. We really appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.
Oh yeah, we're Red, White, and Bethune, by the way. I don't think we mentioned that one time during the video.
See you guys. Thanks
Bye.
for watching.
Sequoia Cooper was last seen on August 31st, 2021. Her date of birth is August 9th, 1988. Her eyes are brown. She weighs 145 pounds. She's black. Her hair is black. She's 5'5" and she is female. Cooper was last seen wearing black lemonade braids, a black and white summer dress, and a black and white baby fat sandals. Sequoia Cooper is a woman. She was last seen leaving her residence in the north side of Columbus, Ohio at approximately 11:30 p.m. on August 31st, 2021 to go to the corner store. She never returned home. She appears to be the victim of foul play. If you have any information related to the disappearance of Sequoia Cooper, you're asked to call the Central Ohio Crime Stoppers tip line at 614-461-5787. 8477. Let's work together to bring Sequoia home.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video. We really appreciate it more than you'll ever know.
Our mission is to inspire you to live a life that you love.
If you like what you saw and you would like to see more videos, please go ahead and hit that little subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.